Now this week has been, the backdrop has been this kind of falling out between you and James, which, you know, being around the pair of you seems unlikely that you would fall out because you're mates. What have you kind of made of it? Obviously you haven't been here until today.
Yeah, I mean, we are good mates. I think that's the first thing. There's been a few things. I didn't get him the amount of tickets that he wanted for the Joshua fight because we didn't have any, and he didn't like that. It didn't go down so well, so we were arguing about that. And you know, obviously it's a different kind of setup. You know, Al Heyman's advising him and making the decisions, and I'm co-promoting him and just doing my bit. You know, the main focus for me is to make sure that he's on Sky. You know, I've got 2 fights left with him in our agreement, and I'm happy to do my job. You know, I think, as I said in an interview before, obviously if I'm not leading the way, sometimes you can't expect me to do everything, and because I'm not, you know, I'm not necessarily making a decision. So we're all right, we're good. You know, we'll have a little bite to eat after, and no problems. I mean, look, you know, if he wants to do the fight in the UK against Badu Jack, you know, we'll be there promoting it, and you know, I don't know how it's going to work out moving forward after the contracted fights, but you know, we're here. He's a pal of mine. He's a great fighter, and you know, while he wants us in the team, we'll be there.
But are you bitter?
Bitter? No, I'm not bitter. No, I think as well. You know, obviously there's been a lot of focus around Callum Smith as well. You know, and in my interview in the Callum Smith ring, I sort of said, you know, this guy's the hottest 168, and he phoned me and we had a bit of a laugh about that as well. But you know, we've got to push these guys. You know, and Callum Smith's #1 contender. He's been flawless in his career so far. He's the mandatory for the winner of Jack against Bute, and he's in there and he's committed to us long term. So, got to do my job for him as well. So,
James obviously signed with Al Heyman after the Boston fight, and he's made a lot of money since. Has he got a contract with you? Because he says there's no contract.
There is. We had a contract before he signed with Hearn, and then a new one signed when he joined Hearn.
Right,
so
promotional.
Yeah, promotional. Yeah.
So what does that actually kind of mean?
I'm in charge of the UK stuff.
Right.
So particularly the UK TV rights. So the decisions to make the fight, I'm here to be a consultant, or if anyone wants my opinion. My opinion is, after the DeGale fight, he should have stayed in the UK. You saw the reception he got at the O2 that night. And you know, you talk about money, he's not scratching the surface compared to what he could make in the UK. But you know, he's made his decision to fight out here, but you can't have it both ways. You know, he was disappointed that he couldn't get this fight on the O2, but it didn't feel like the right fight for that kind of money, if that made sense. So you know, my situation, as it always is, priority is to make sure that we get the best fighters on Sky. He's one of the best fighters in the world, and he's on Sky. And you know, we'll see what happens after the fights run out. If he wants to work with me again, it would probably be wise if he wants to be in the UK market. If he doesn't, then we'll still be mates, and I don't have a problem. You know, I'm not one of these promoters that just sort of like makes you sign a 28-page contract that you just can't move out of. If you don't want to work with me, don't work with me. But and you know, our business is too strong. We're having too much fun. We don't need aggravation. So James is a friend. He's a great fighter. I want to work for him. If we can find a way to do that, no problem.
Because his argument is obviously, you know, he's just looking out for himself, making money. So I'm sure that's completely.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like there's a bigger picture there, particularly in the UK. But I feel like that momentum can be stopped very quickly. Like the momentum of him. You know, don't forget, when he joined us, he was boxing in shopping centres in Bluewater. His first fight with us was at Wembley Stadium in front of 80,000 people, won a final eliminator, then boxed on Sky pay-per-view on the Bellew card, beating, forgot his name, Paraban. And then he's gone over and boxed DeGale. So the rise has been spectacular through us. Listen, he's done the business in the ring, so he deserves it. But for me, after the DeGale win, and to turn him into a pay-per-view fighter in the UK, the money would dwarf any money he could make over here. But particularly for fights like this, there's definitely more money here than there would be in the UK. So maybe it averages itself out. But I've never said that, you know, him signing with Al was a bad thing. It's just changed our relationship. You know, we're still strong. I like him, but I don't do as much. So I'm not as heavily invested in my wallet and my heart. But that's just standard, isn't it? If you turn around to me and say, Eddie Hearn, you're the man, I want you to guide my career, it's going to motivate me through the hills. Anthony Joshua, a great example. You know, but I think there's going to be a future with us. Like I said, we've got a couple of fights to go. See what happens.
Could he box on another British TV network?
No, I own the UK TV.
So his contract with you means that
I own the UK TV.
he couldn't go and box on ITV or anything like that. So you'd be
Till our agreement ends.
right. So
Yeah.
2 more.
Yeah, this one and then
And the next one. So, and obviously the idea here is that he'll fight Badu Jack or Lucien Bute in a unification fight. But how do you see that? Because obviously you want to get Callum Smith in there as the mandatory.
No, that's okay. Listen, if there's a unification between DeGale and
Seems like
there's nothing Callum can do about that.
No.
If that happens, then Callum will have to wait, and he's happy to wait. You know, he might box in Liverpool, he might box on the O2, he might box in September. So, and he's only going to get better. So I'm easy with that. I just don't know how big that fight is. I know what James's number is for that fight, and I just don't know how you get there. So, you know, is that now a pay-per-view fight in the UK? Well, because of the momentum we've lost, maybe not. You know, is their rights fees out here as significant enough to hit his numbers? I believe no. But we're going to find out after this fight, because if they both win, they're going to try and make it. So, you know.
And you'll be angling for that one to be. Like, do you want it in London as well?
I'm easy. I'm easy. Whatever they tell me, you know, like I say, my position is the UK TV. I own those rights, and I'm easy. If they want to do it in America, be on Sky. If they want me to promote the show in the UK, you know, if it's in the UK, it'll be me promoting it. So we'll be over the moon to do that. Whatever I'm told to do, I'll do. So, you know, there's no ego. It's just that this is the situation. This is the next fight, Eddie. Do your thing, okay? And then, you know, we move on.